Hello and welcome to another episode of Making a Difference on Buzz TV. I'm your host, Pam Vasilevsky, and today I welcome Shaylene King with the Mean Girl Extinction Project. Welcome, Shaylene.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you and to learn more about your wonderful project. I feel like I can really relate. When I was reading on your website all that you have done, I just started remembering when I was 14 and some of the bullying I experienced. It is a terrible time for so many young girls. So tell us about your nonprofit.
Sure. So the Mean Girl Extinction Project is a 501c3 nonprofit. And our mission is to eradicate the mean girl mentality, which is, relational aggression, girl bullying, most people know it as, and instead help girls to learn to cultivate kindness in girl world instead. We started actually out of necessity. I was an educator. I used to teach, and I noticed I was spending a whole lot of time with students at lunch and at recess trying to work with the girls struggling with girl drama, and I wasn't getting to spend as much time on my lesson planning. So I kind of needed to figure out how to help these girls. And what I realized was there's not a whole lot out there specific for relational aggression with girls. And I recognized that the way boys mistreat each other and girls mistreat each other are really different. So with girls, they use their relationships as a weapon to mistreat each other. So it's really covert and undercover, and it makes it really difficult for us as educators to see the mistreatment, but even parents also to not be able to see the mistreatment. So we just realized the need for some specific programming for girls. So I didn't see a whole lot out there and decided I would create it myself. So we started the Mean Girl Extinction Project. We normally do assemblies and workshops. We work with girls doing girl clubs, working with cheerleading groups, and do outreach in the community as a group of girls. But unfortunately, with COVID, the last 2 years, we've not been able to get into the schools as much as we had hoped to. So we've actually spent the last year creating an interactive journal called Girl Tough, and it's a new series of journals. And the goal is to kind of pick one of the topics that girls struggle with that often leads to them mistreating each other and see if we can help navigate it in a healthy way. So this first journal is called Girl Tough Identity. We just recognize that with girls and their identity, if they're insecure about it, they don't understand it, they don't do as well. So our hope is to be able to help them to feel more confident in who they are and kind of learn a little bit more about how to mold some of that identity in a healthy way, because we realize that if they do that, then they're going to be less likely to mistreat each other in girl world and be more likely to be a positive influence. So that book comes out on Amazon for pre-order on April 10th, but I'm super excited to share with you. You and your audience will be the first to know, but tomorrow's International Women's Day, and so we are actually going to give one of the chapters away for free as a digital download. It's actually going to be a physical book because it's interactive, so there's lots of pen to paper in the journal, but we thought it'd be fun to give a chapter away tomorrow as a digital download so someone can download it. It's about 14 pages, and we picked the chapter on friendships because we know with girls, their friendships help shape kind of their identity. So if they end up with girls who are negative and unkind, they often end up being negative and unkind. So that's kind of where we are with our project right now. Still excited to get back into schools, but we just know girls need something in between the time that we can be there with them.
Well, I'm sure you were a big hero to a lot of those girls that you helped while you were an educator, and what a great way to expand that and turn it into a full-blown project as you have. I was just thinking about the teacher that helped me. It was my 8th grade algebra teacher, and she was Miss Cavallero. I remember to this day. She was my savior. But my hat's off to you. I think you're doing a wonderful job. And so this journal, I think that's so great because the timing, I know journaling is a real wonderful and popular thing that's happening now. What a great habit to instill while these young women are just getting started. So tell me again the name of the book so people can make sure they download the whole thing outside of the free chapter that they can download tomorrow.
Sure, thank you. So it's called Girl Tough Identity, and it'll be on Amazon on April 10th to pre-order. There's just logistics with physical books right now getting them in, and any information they want to find about our organization, about some of the assemblies, workshops, because I'm really hopeful that this year we'll be able to get back into classrooms. They can just go to our website, tmgep.com. And then the free download of Girl Tough Identity, the friendship chapter, is just under the Girl Tough page on the website.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Shaylene, for coming on today and telling us about the Mean Girl Extinction Project. I just think it's great. I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for coming on today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was a privilege to be here. So thank you.
You're welcome. If you'd like to learn more about the Mean Girl Extinction Project and what Shaylene King is doing, you can go to iwantabuzz.com, and remember, keep smiling.